Beneath the soaring arches of St. Hargrove's Cathedral, the delicate sound of a lone chapel bell resonated, echoing thoughts of doubt and despair within Eleanor Wright's heart. She stood clad in an ivory gown that shimmered in the softened light, yet her spirit felt heavier than the fabric draped around her. The soaring expectation of love vibrated through the air, but the gasp of surprise from the guests jolted her back to reality, crushing her dreams into shards as she lost her fiancé, William, to a wealthier lady. As she caught a glimpse of his face filled with strained regret, sorrow engulfed her, reminiscent of rainstorms drenching the fragile petals of her youth. Wrapped in the pain of his abandonment, she became acutely aware of the emptiness of her future, a future that now threatened to languish in the shadows. Before we continue, tell us in the comments which city you're watching this story from. Leave your like to support the channel and don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps this family of stories grow. In the aftermath, the days turned into a blur of whispers, gossip, and pitying glances, each like daggers to Eleanor's already wounded pride. The expectations of her family loomed heavy as they nudged her toward a new arrangement, insisting that she marry someone suitable, someone who could restore her dignity. Yet the very thought of marrying for convenience filled her with trepidation. The notion of duty clashed violently with her deep desire to be loved for herself, not merely as a political pawn. Each evening, as she stared out at the endless expanse of her family's lush estate, the fiery sunset mirrored the turmoil within her soul, a longing for authenticity that felt irretrievably lost amidst the constraints of society's demands. Amidst the meticulous arrangements, an invitation arrived to the annual Ashcombe Gala, a confounding affair that would gather society's elite under a single roof. With trepidation, Eleanor prepared to attend as her family pushed the idea of beginning anew. Yet the very thought of being on display left her feeling exposed, akin to a flower forced to bloom in the harsh light of day. As she entered the exquisitely decorated ballroom, laughter mingled with the sound of string instruments, creating an enchanting atmosphere. She felt adrift among the vibrant dance floor, shadows of doubt wrapping around her heart. It was there she would first encounter Henry Ashcombe, the notorious Duke. His laughter echoed amidst the noise, leaving both a ripple of intrigue and an empathetic connection, though she remained oblivious to the storm brewing on the horizon. As the evening's appearances unfolded, the air was thick with pleasantries and false cheer. Ladies adorned in silks glided through the room, while whispers of future prospects echoed around Eleanor like a relentless tide. Though surrounded by jubilant voices, Eleanor felt a profound isolation. The fear of being eternally shunned gnawed at her heart. She stepped outside for respite, finding solace in the velvet of night. The cool breeze whispered against her cheeks, while tears pooled within her cerulean eyes, mirroring the twinkling stars above. The loneliness that had wrapped itself around her heart deepened, and she struggled against the abyss, questioning whether the life she once dreamed of could ever return. Her hopes felt distant, flickering like a solitary candle fighting the darkness. Whispers of the Duke's reckless pursuits rolled through the ballroom, tenting each conversation around her. As Eleanor observed the aristocracy's extravagant projections of wealth, they danced like marionettes, marred by the strings of societal expectation. She yearned to discover a connection that transcended appearances. Yet, as if wrapped in a gilded cage, she felt compelled to break free from the shackles, demanding she smile and play the part of the bereaved fiancé. Conspiratorial murmurs regarding her former betrothal shadowed her every step, a reminder that her worth had been rendered insignificant by wealth alone. The sparkle of jewels surrounded her, but all Eleanor could see were empty gestures, a prison of urgency and duty demanding her compliance, while true desire lay tantalizingly out of reach. As days passed, Lydia Sinclair's ambitions surfaced like a storm, and news of her efforts to ensnare Henry arrived on whispered breaths. Confusion twisted within Eleanor as she listened to the rumors churn. They claimed it was she who would thrive, not within love, but through witless scheming. A letter slipped into her hands, tangible proof of a world that saw only shallow glories, igniting her need for clarity amidst uncertainty. As she read words drenched in bitterness, a confession of Henry's struggles with expectations drowned in a longing for authenticity, her heart pounded. Each line peeled away the layers of facades, stirring hope within her otherwise desolate spirit. It was a moment of recognition that perhaps both she and Henry were entangled in the pain of their designs, each locked in cages of obligation. With newfound courage, Eleanor sought solace in secrecy, longing for the chance to bridge their worlds without the weight of societal expectations. One moonlit evening, away from prying eyes, she found Henry peering through the garden path, a mysterious sanctuary laden with fragrant blossoms and whispers of the night. Their laughter broke the tension of their worlds, dismantling barriers built on reputation and misfortune. As they shared vulnerabilities, a gentle warmth surged between them, an unvoiced connection that sparked a flame of understanding. Henry shared tales of his reckless pursuits, unveiling the mask required of him, whilst Eleanor bared her soul, revealing shadows cast by heartache. With trust blossoming, a ruched bond formed, touching the deep wells of longing for acceptance that both believed to be lost. As the days turned into shared glances and stolen moments, Eleanor found herself partaking in the rhythm of life outside the confines of societal obligations. Riding alongside Henry each afternoon brought her an exhilarating sense of liberation, the rush of galloping horses echoing the beat of her rejuvenated heart. The beauty of nature unfolded before them like a stage, flowering paths leading them far from the steel grip of reality. The melodies of their laughter, entwined with the rustling leaves, creating a harmonious cadence that mirrored their blossoming connection. In the sanctuary of their secret rendezvous, Eleanor began to shed the remnants of her past as her spirit danced, unfettered and free. The world that once suffocated now felt like a canvas, inviting her to paint her own destiny, filled with colors of hope and reinvention. But just as shadows receded, a chill swept through the glade when the reality of their entwined fates crashed back with startling ferocity. Lydia, observing their growing connection, devised cruel plans of her own. Perhaps it was jealousy, or the desire to eliminate what threatened her ambitions, but the ensuing tension could not be stifled. Whispers now passed freely amongst the elite, eyes piercing through their facades, judgmental whispers weaving tales of scandal that grew like wildfire. As an unexpected illness befell a beloved relative, Eleanor found herself thrust into a perilous balancing act, one where loyalty would be tested amidst rising tempestuous currents. Each moment became a crucible under the scrutiny of society's gaze. The weight of loyalty and love bore down on her heart, heavier than ever before, as they navigated this storm of uncertainty. The fateful evening unfurled like an intricate tapestry beneath the chandelier's glow as they gathered at the Ashcombe Gala, the tension pair threading closer around Eleanor and Henry's hearts. Ensnared by the thrums of waltzes and whispers, Eleanor found the barriers condensed into a palpable tension. It was here that Lydia would unveil truths that shimmered like daggers in the moonlight, her cruelty laid bare for all to hear. When she confronted Henry in front of the gathered elite, claiming him for herself, flames blazed behind Eleanor's eyes. This was no longer a mere Game of Thrones, but a battle for her heart. As truth spilled forth, the facade of gilded glamour cracked. Eleanor summoned every ounce of her strength, exposing the heart of her affliction, and declaring love not only for Henry, but for herself as well. With the truth unveiled, the air buzzed, sharp as the crackle of fireworks. The mood shifted around them, an electric tension spiraling into rebirth as whispers turned to gasps. Henry stepped forward, igniting the rallying cry that pierced the silence. He would not let what had been underscored by false wealth dictate his heart's desires. The revelations of loyalty laid bare melted the barriers constructed by vanity, drawing him closer to Eleanor. Each word they exchanged danced in the air, illuminated their unguarded love that had grown amidst their adversities. As courage swelled within, they broke free from the chains of societal expectations, unmasking their true selves. A beautiful revelation blossoming like wildflowers, unfurling under the sun. In the very act of defiance, their love solidified, transcending the very darkness that had once felt insurmountable. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Eleanor found herself wrapped in Henry's embrace, a sanctuary amid the chaos surrounding them. Hushed murmurs drifted through the ballroom, though she paid them no heed. The sweetness of freedom enveloped her in unison with Henry's heartbeat. As their souls intertwined, Eleanor felt the release of burdens borne for far too long. The flickers of resentment that threatened to extinguish her spirit now transformed into resilience. Trust flourished and illuminated her once darkened heart, casting shadows aside. As they stood in the glow of candlelight, gently swaying to the strains of music, Eleanor realized that love was not only about finding another, but also about accepting oneself. Their journey led us to understand that vulnerability transforms what is broken into something wondrous as they stepped into a new dawn, ready to forge paths dictated not by wealth, but by hope and authenticity. With each passing day, love blossomed amidst the remnants of their trials. They faced societal scrutiny together, Eleanor and Henry deftly navigating the mingling realms of aristocracy and their heart's desires. The journey compelled Eleanor to reckon with her nomadic past, to bring forth closure, but she no longer lost herself in the shadows. As Lady Margaret offered her blessings, Eleanor felt the eternal embrace of family tightly intertwined with newfound freedom, a tapestry woven from love, loyalty, and faith. They thrived as partners united to redefine the essence of happiness. In shared laughter echoed through their home, Henry delighted in their familial bonds, realizing that wealth from love exceeded the riches offered in opulence. The shelter built by shared dreams drew them closer, a haven where aspirations flourished in the evenings, enriched with warmth. As weeks turned into months, winter's chill began to express itself in the symphony of nature. The world outside grew lush beneath the blossoming tenderness of spring, but in the warmth of their sanctuary, Eleanor was finally at peace. With every rhythm of life moving through their home, they redefined happiness not measured by gold. Conversations spilling over warm laughter and soft embraces guided them as they reclaimed their lives. In a single moment beneath the flowering trees, Henry offered Eleanor a blossoms, a symbol of love initiating its own roots. As they stood beneath the archway formed by nature's care, promises exchanged wrapped them in the understanding that life need not fit the mold society dictated. Instead, it washed them with tranquility, renewal, pulsating through each shared heartbeat. An unearthly beauty enveloped their surroundings as the very essence of love soaked every moment spent together. Within the haven of completion, each chapter of their lives possessed its significance, a lesson gleaned from the rawness of emotion, trial, and celebration. Lydia became but a memory, her ambitions extinguished in the brightness emanating from Eleanor and Henry. As the season blossomed, she recalled how the depths of heartbreak heralded wisdom, a perfect weaving of butterflies fluttering in nature, unlocked within her heart. Eleanor found strength in vulnerability, recognizing it as a wellspring that filled the spaces left behind by hurt and rejection. In each letter penned to her relatives, she stitched pieces of her journey together, while whispers of forgiveness floated through her lips, and she learned life's paradox, that endings often herald beautiful beginnings. In closure, Eleanor felt renewed. Each breath became a testament to freedom, illuminating the worth of living authentically, an undeniable truth lingering in every moment they shared. As light painted the dawn of their shared life, Eleanor and Henry embraced the truths unearthed along their path. There existed no map that determined the course of true love, but the navigation demanded retrospection amid tumult. In quiet moments, they often reflected on the lessons learned. Love met through unexpected intersections, resilient hearts, and daring leaps of faith fortified with belief in each other. The indifference of society paled against the vibrancy of their intertwined lives as they championed authenticity together, daring to linger in joy's embrace. Embracing the failures of the past molded Eleanor into the woman she had become. Standing side by side, they ventured forth into the rich tapestry of their lives, the scent of blossoms promising a bright future, for true love undeniably thrives when born of understanding and dedications in the face of adversity. Months flowed into seasons, yet the essence of their love remained crisp and radiant like the beauty of each dawn. Eleanor and Henry grew, one flame coaxing the other into a blaze as confidence bloomed from mutual support. Gathered hand in hand within their lush garden adorned with love's respect, they found themselves hosting the very festivities once associated with old contusions. Memories of laughter sounded through gatherings, drawing together friends and visitors, enchanted by their charm. Eleanor embraced her identity as a partner in life, while Henry flourished alongside her, embodying a new masculinity that reflected respect and deep understanding. Together they served not only as partners, but as allies, crafting a haven of openness, empowerment and love that reflected serenity. Their home became a sanctuary where dreams assembled, visions intertwined into messages of hope as blooms colored every corner. As invitations to their yearly gala flowed through the hands of eager attendees, each encounter pulled them deeper into riotous nostalgia, the refinement of their first shared meeting that had now become the foundation of the relationship, blooming in authentic light. Over the course of this gala, whispers of fate wove around them like the enchanting melodies woven into the air through ornate decorations and soft laughter. Most importantly, Eleanor felt profound gratitude radiating from her heart, blessing her past trials. Her journey had forged her resilience, a sacred gift that painted love anew. In Henry's eyes, she found an unwavering reflection of who she had become, a beautiful soul arising not merely from heartfelt connections, but crafted through battles faced and won together. As the final notes danced into the air, they stood united amidst the laughter, accepting cheers not simply for the grandeur of the ball, but for the truest essence of love, a journey of exploration, acceptance, and erasure of fear. Stepping away from the chandelier's glow, Eleanor and Henry found themselves wrapped in shared whispers. Together, they turned bowed heads upon hearing oppressing voices, realizing that shackles endure around those who travel their journey alone. As they explored the depths of intimate discussions with each other, they vowed to ensure that love, in its purest form, became a refuge in the chaos outside. With unyielding mercy, coupled with steadfast determination, they recognized a fundamental truth: that happiness stems not from the parameters set by society, but from the healing light of authenticity discovered through vulnerable hearts. Giving voice to their experiences unlocked a treasure trove of understanding, inviting discussions that expanded love's deeply rooted meaning, until it transformed from abstract whispers into visceral affirmations. In the months preceding their first anniversary, Eleanor felt personal freeness ignite her spirit as she let go of her lingering self-doubt. With every step she took, she uncovered a new layer, an epiphany that spread through her soul. Through shared laughter and mistakes alike, she built a foundation of healing, understanding that beneath the noise of expectation and obligation lay fertile ground for a love blossoming across all seasons. After a heartfelt exchange, she penned missives to friends, each word weaving a layer of reassurance for those still ensnared within the grasp of superficial dreams. The power of love, she discovered, flourished in ways most understated, intertwined within frequencies binding the universe. Eleanor embraced the ripple effects eluding deeper significances, capturing the course of rebirth through a palette of colors blooming anew before her gaze. As they neared those coveted moments of a joyous celebration befitting their partnership, Eleanor envisioned the spirit of their lives emanating through tranquil moments, the whispers of evenings spent nestled together, the quiet admiration forged in acknowledgement of one another's dreams. Their reflections turned into joyous, heartfelt obligations that spoke to their combined capacity for growth, both as individuals and as partners. The resilience grown between them shattered chain links slowly formed through lifetimes of expectations. Eleanor learned to breathe alongside her beloved, each exhale sealing a commitment to an evolving testament of what consciousness, true presence, captured within love can become. Their days spread vibrant like the spring air, hearts blossoming into hope, dispelling the darkness once evident, threading their dual narrative into togetherness. As days unfolded into the thrill of planning their anniversary celebration, Eleanor chose to invite those that had woven into their story, not simply sharing delicious meals of sumptuous delicacies, but the very essence of humanity united through laughter, connection, and love. It was not the grandeur of wealth that took precedence, but the tiny stories of inspiration, hidden within the eyes of each friend that graced their space. Inviting cherished faces around their table became a vibrant taproot, nurturing a garden blessed with love. They shared truths that glimmered beneath the surface, each tale enriched with lessons learned, compelling sights born from their trials, each joy shedding light, illuminating hope. As they laughed, Eleanor felt that their journey transcended the mere pursuit of status. Instead, it was a triumph over the chains that had once bound their souls. At last, the day arrived, a blend of golden sun rays illuminating Eleanor's blossoming spirit. Vivacious laughter echoed through the garden as vibrant colors painted the air, a reflection of love that grew amidst celebrations. As guests gathered to honor their bond, Eleanor felt the invisible threads of the universe weaving together. Hopes, dreams, and the types of strength flourished through vulnerability. With each glance exchanged between her and Henry, they summoned beautiful memories still fresh in their hearts, revealing the solid foundation etched in resilience. The spirit of the evening unveiled certainty. Eleanor no longer needed validation from the outside world, for she stood confidently embraced by the love she and Henry had chosen. Amidst the whirlwind of sounds, their passion enveloped them both, reminding them to cherish every moment they shared as they embarked on life together. As the twilight descended upon the horizon, a backdrop painted by their dreams, Eleanor and Henry embarked on reflections of aspirations set forth in the dawn of their union. Their path had been lined with challenges, yet each obstacle added depth to their commitment, leaving footprints within their shared experience. They cherished the lessons learned, both tender and painful, all woven intricately into the fabric of their love story. Lifting their glasses in celebration of their union, they vowed to traipse further into the adventure awaiting them, unshackled by societal constraints. With hearts aligned, they sought not only joy, but purpose within their connection, the relentless pursuit of finding beauty beyond the confines of expectation, traveling toward treasurable horizons, no matter what challenges lay ahead. As laughter and music intermingled, Eleanor found serenity encompassing the celebration. The day's events turned into a blur as each heartfelt reflection tangled them into memories illuminated by love. Hand in hand, they whispered hopes for tomorrow, dodging the constraints of a world eager to diminish their worth. Together, they discarded the suffocating appearances that once took center stage in their lives, recognizing that life was not a series of performances, but an authentic journey meant to be embraced. With every pledge made beneath the stars, Eleanor and Henry discovered that love held the power to transcend status and expectations, driving them down the path of vulnerability and bliss. Their journeys had been shaped by connection and understanding, allowing them to cultivate true joy, echoing through the lives of those fortunate enough to witness the union of two souls daring to love fiercely. As weeks passed, the essence of their celebration kept blooming within the hearts of their guests, long after the festivities concluded. The quiet aftermath unveiled side conversations sparked about finding love that sought authenticity, issues long overdue for discussion amongst those suffocated by the antiquated constraints of society. Eleanor found joy in providing inspiration to others, knowing intimately the pain that once clouded her own perspective on love. Empowered, she cultivated spaces where stories were shared, longing took root, and every heart learned to face their deepest fears. She felt emboldened to illuminate the stories woven in heartache, uplifting those struggling to navigate their own stalls. With renewed purpose, Eleanor recognized the magnitude of love. It could transcend hardship, transforming fear into a guiding light, illuminating those around her and fostering a rich tapestry built on authentic connections. Henry remained Eleanor's steadfast companion, matching her commitment to ensure love only triumphed through authenticity. Together, they transformed the conversation about societal constraints, beginning to create legacy that outweighed the confines of conventions long upheld. They focused on nourishing alliances that celebrated the vibrancy of hearts breaking free from chains of societal expectations. Their garden blooms captured the nuances of company woven throughout the seasons, nourished through love flourishing under nurturing hearts. Eleanor embraced her role as a voice, glancing out across opportunities that emerged amidst their community. She now sought to facilitate workshops, discussing growth through unique love stories. In the echo of their endeavors, hope blossomed anew, radiated through the ripples of connection encircling their lives, carrying forth promises far beyond their romance, grounded within legacy of resilient love. Through various endeavors, stories unfolded, voices set free as neighbors dared share in the celebration of love's endurance. The splendor of community grew as Eleanor and Henry established safe havens, a nexus of healing through unity where laughter knew no bounds. Each story exchanged became a thread tying their foundation, the tumultuous paths interlocked, wounds healed and hearts mended. The encouragement echoed through their gatherings, spurred turmoil into manageable reflections, creating acceptance as those once shackled stepped toward love anew. Eleanor's journey of acceptance remained vital as she learned that healing often emerged from the edges of vulnerability, a powerful reckoning that encompassed the beauty of their shared trials. The image of their journey inspired renewal. It became their continuing message that hearts could redefine resilience, even when faced with forgotten expectations of pain. During gatherings colored with stories shared, Eleanor continued to bask in the beauty of everyday joys interspersed with vulnerability, a chant for each soul creating their own narratives as they wove love into the very fabric of experience. A whisper of laughter rode breezes, while memories glimmered against the backdrop of budding relationships within her community. Friends new and old felt drawn closer together beneath Eleanor and Henry's grace, harmonizing their joys, yet holding space for preserving challenges. As the richness between connections flourished, each tale told scattered seeds of understanding, linking them closer. Through shared vulnerability, Eleanor felt emboldened. She witnessed how acceptance shifted into growth, nurtured through the love she had denied herself once upon a time. The journey became a garden watered with joy, demonstrating how love beckoned behind every corner, waiting with open arms. Amidst the joy that spiraled through the summer nights, Eleanor yearned for more. She began hosting evenings of storytelling gatherings, uniting people through artistry and community, an act of breaking bread filled with intentional love for nourishing connections. Through every carefully woven sentence, the air vibrated with possibilities. Heartfelt songs shared expanded understanding and unfolded new stories awaiting exploration. Days turned into evenings steeped in laughter, while the love each guest carried shifted into commitments toward one another. Eleanor sought to break new ground for conversations once silenced. A rise of resonance flowed through heartbeats. Visitors arrived not merely to reminisce, but to unearth authenticity, to share fears, desires, victories, and understandings. Each shared word echoed across dimensions, knitting bonds anew, while Eleanor marveled at the unbreakable ties uniting them all as torchbearers forging forward through shared dreams. As summer evenings evolved, Eleanor and Henry stood together beneath starlit skies, reflective of their shared journeys. Their hearts resonated with the rhythm of nature basking in the warmth of dawn, channeling each moment into homage. Supported within their sanctuary, they danced beneath celestial constellations, a pure celebration of love, grounded within gratitude and legacy they envisioned creating. In these beautiful moments, they fostered renewal, breathing healing life into each word spoken aloud as they reflected upon their resilience. Eleanor felt the beat of her heart quicken, pulse aligning with the vitality of life. Love defined not simply through romantic endeavors, but woven into artistic endeavors, emanating through the richness of human experience. Concurrently, they vowed to fill their lives with purpose, allowing the peace they unearthed to blossom across every space they encountered, a poetic mission toward wholeness, extending beyond their own souls. With the onset of fall approaching, Eleanor felt anticipation brush against her heart, an invitation to gaze deeper into life's journey that lay ahead. Each sunset illuminated delicate threads uniting beauty, born through pain, as they extended their reach into the community, fostering love through narrative and connection. They sifted through stories shared, noting that changes sprouting through every conversation invited new visions of what love could mean if defined authentically. With the season's shift, the vibrancy of colors mirrored the warmth throughout the air as poetic experiments flourished within their conversations, enveloping their nights. Preparing for intimate gatherings transformed the landscape of their space, inviting courage into the hearts of those compelled to share, an elemental dance renovating perceptions of love intertwined amidst growth. It became clear that new definitions arose as they channeled through art and expression, using vulnerability as inspiration in a world demanding acceptance. As Eleanor and Henry explored the enigma of shared aspirations, the community witnessed newfound joys surfacing, each person weaving stories illuminated with revelations and rebuilt dreams. Their gatherings were littered with artistic gestures, a testament to resilience through storytelling, igniting a ripple effect towards connection throughout the hearts assembled. Every tale told turned vibrant, echoing with hints of authenticity, ensconcing time in communities embracing love through laughter. Entwined with the wisdom of challenges faced, they incorporated heartfelt activities aligned with the change in seasons. Participants shared canvases, painting their experiences. Their creations encapsulated laughter, born from fragile mistakes that resonated through every color used. Eleanor learned to celebrate the nuances, forging connections thriving in those colors, allowing individuals an avenue to express the kaleidoscope of emotions woven in togetherness filled with healing. With winter's chill heralding the close of the year, remnants of past reflections brewed lighter and warmer, guiding Eleanor and Henry toward themes of love and awakening withheld within their shared souls. They intently engaged others willing to brave tenderness in conversations, inviting even those afraid to share. Each moment spent together grew sweeter. A sense of anticipation coursed through the gathering, wrapping needs for acceptance in layers of hope. Within the warmth surrounding their roots, they unfurled voices, creating spontaneous storytelling amidst flickering candlelight, whispered vows exchanged under a canopy of stars entwined with their ideals. This transcendent power of love held them captive among the threads connecting hopes into dreams. It was an awakening that birthed life anew, and in doing so, each voice resonated with joy, echoing peace regardless of obstacles faced. The onlookers embraced echoes and felt reflections merge within untold aspirations paving forward. As twilight descended, sparking the arrival of shared moments ignited by laughter, Eleanor and Henry immersed themselves in project planning that honored renewal, celebrating love within every heart willing to shine brighter. Their vision expanded beyond the locality, as stories interwove throughout endless paths, sparking revival embedded within tenderness and the willingness for vulnerability encased in shared experience. They crafted a festival dedicated to love only, a point of openness casting aside fear and approaching life with compulsion toward grace. The festival attracted many willing to embrace their emotions, all bearing the historical weight that stifled their past relationships, inviting memories mingled with hope. Eleanor retained a bright smile as they joined hands, envisioning unguarded moments breaking through walls that once held them, not shunning the anxiety, but acknowledging it. In this mirth, they beckoned rebirth, encouraging individuality, yet unwinding echoes sourced enveloped all around them. As the dawn of their festival awakened the horizon, Eleanor felt the rush of anticipation weaving through the crowd, invigorated by the sounds of laughter and warmth enveloping their loved ones. Together, they bore witness to the power of love and the intrinsic healing invigorated through faith. Each heartfelt encounter enriched the theme, empowering connections as deep stories emerged. The yearning for understanding blossomed tightly around their celebration, resonating with every heart. Communities gathered, struck chord with energies aligning, moments where heartbeats collided in anticipation and trust. The festival became a sanctuary where others shared their journeys, weaving across landscapes both illuminated and adorned with love stories, resonant and resilient, winning through anguish unbound. Action was drawn forth by elevating openness to love, embracing energies of strength, empowering one another, and weaving forth acceptance threaded into the conversations, expanding hope. As laughter and jubilation swirled through the air, infusing each corner, Eleanor felt love wrap around her like a cozy shawl. Threads intermingled with community that formed during the festival painted a canvas of connection. Every moment held whispers, hands finding their way back into warmth, a powerful testimony reinforced through resilient transformation imaginable. The conversations layered with understanding granted an opening that pulsed throughout. Kindness blossomed in control as acceptance stitched deepest wounds. Guests shared stories. Potent truths dissolved barriers, preventing love from flowing into spaces long unvisited or rendered silent. As shared experiences emerged, the healing energies wrapped in memories returned to invigorate soul to soul. Eleanor began to understand that the essence of reconnection arrived through an avenue painted with love's tones, readily extends into accepting impermanence, alongside the sustained truth of reshaping lives through unyielding heartbeats. As the festival crescendoed, currents of heartfelt energies danced alive, carrying all present in a beautiful embrace. Eleanor felt herself stepping into a new role, not as a mere architect of love, but a catalyst for healing woven into transformative narratives. The evening echoed shimmering hearts as tales spilled forth, the power of shared stories intertwined, creating magic among those gathered. Vulnerability lay on the table, and people spoke unguarded, allowing every story to unveil raw power, intimate threads of shared existence stitching them together. Each laughter echoed within the joyous repartees. Eleanor delighted seeing people spark new connections, opening channels of love impossible to perceive. The potential for future growth illuminated the pathway, as acceptance shattered norms resonated, wherever strength galvanizes through vulnerability unfolds. In unison, those present basked in love, inviting deeper conversations that left imprints on every heart willing to listen and grow. As sunset cast its enchanting colors across the skyline, pulsating hearts gathered at the festival's zenith, the melody echoing vibrant connections expanding through time. Eleanor's intent was simple yet profound, to lead souls through narratives unvarnished and unmasked. In such essence, love had renounced a singular visage, an ample embrace wove hearts confirming the power within. Smiles painted their midst, illuminating each crossroad stop, breathing hope anew. The harmonious energy exchanged transported shared existence far above and beyond the primitive urges, creating a spiritual tapestry that expressed the diversity in every heartbeat. They melded paths intertwined, where lessons of concern existed within the shades of joyous narratives shared. Love was a dance of unending exploration, elegantly entwined. The festival brought forth a celebratory veil lifting every story, radiating tapestry of joy unconfined, each heart beholding lasting echoes sweeping across the dearest promises and expectations. As twilight deepened, the rapture resonated, enfolding them in the warmth spun around their hearts. Henry stepped alongside Eleanor, a soft gaze connecting them as vibrant sounds enveloped their world. Introspection merged with a triumphant acknowledgement of the resilience they cherished. Within the whispers, courage found its roots holding their foundation. A tangible understanding of growth transformed through love spread beneath the continuity of their journey. Eleanor gazed upon his face, recognizing love's role both beautifully fragile and profoundly empowering. She saw his commitment hinting at the depth of days past. Their laughter transformed into an uplifting chorus, cast this moment like jewels collected across the journey their heart had crafted, illuminating the very essence of resilience throughout their pursuit of love with intention. In Meghan's Jubilee, spectators breathed in life. This was not only an exploration. The night expressed their trees bound deep into legacy, the roots forged through love from the heart and soul. As the evening waned and laughter felt like an unwavering string, a palpable anticipation upheld the atmosphere, threaded through countless souls united under a single sky. Eleanor surrounded herself with kindred spirits as each acknowledged the human stories binding them, offering the world an irreplaceable essence. Every laugh echoed with memories shared. Stories poured forth like syrup, rich and tangy upon their tongues, a tapestry crafted through resilience, weaving itself around hearts, aching to express what lay beneath the surface. They merged into a colorful chorus, together contributing verse after verse. The authenticity painted bold hues, transformed every heart into an awakening symphony, juxtaposing harmony dabbed within laughter against the more salient tones of love, accentuating the night. Through every interaction, Eleanor learned that the essence captured a lifetime of growth. Hearts conquered separations blown away with winds of vulnerability, unearthing the ties entwined in acceptance, an everlasting growth born as they embraced unity. As heartfelt moments drifted into memory, the festival illuminated a canvas woven with the spirit of love. Eleanor thrived in amazement, seeing connections embodying vibrant truth woven throughout time. This essence persisted as keynotes creating eternal imprints, gaining understanding that transcended present circumstances. Every shared experience was invigorated with reminders of resilience, fortifying grand celebrations of hope and renewal. The evening was crafted on harmonic essence, intertwining laughter through forgotten stories whose voices rang only louder, each heartbeat a pulse echoing their reverberations, harmonizing through newfound connections. Acknowledge the present's continued strengthening. It magnified joy, especially when Eleanor felt enveloped by the depth of Henry's love, illuminating the quiet strength of their bond. A pledge born through moments not easily forgotten, knitting strands eternally woven in vibrant affirmation, without boundaries, submitting only to growth. As time unfurled, Eleanor continued weaving the fabric of dreams, held under a conclusion paved with purpose, embedded in love anew. Every decorated corner sprouted foliage from uncertainty. Strength matched with courage became the aroma they breathed in, an inherent promise defining their journey together. Within each richly painted moment, they grasped tightly to the notion that each tale told bore fragments of shared memories woven into the very fiber of their existence. Eleanor witnessed how communities thrived. They encouraged vulnerable connections, enabling others to embrace the complexity of love that bore growth. Their rooted love pulsed through the very air, directed toward a larger purpose, an artistry guiding lost souls trembling at the precipice of blooming forth. In every gathering, Eleanor and Henry invited embers from everyone's heart to collaborate. A magnificent effort sewn together, echoing beauties arising from vulnerability and strength, exceeding their immeasurable depth, unfolding forevermore. A reminder that love resides, not just within romanticism, but radiates eternally, deepening connections sewn into reality. As their bond evolved, weaving intricate details of lives through shared experiences, Eleanor illustrated the profound impact of connection, flourishing amid adversity, as Henry stood resolute beside her. Their path grew deeper, nurturing souls woven with their animating stories, people congregating around gratitude threaded strength reverberating through its fabric. The light of hearts united bore witness to how vulnerability grew shared capabilities for understanding and inspired those around them, evoking the desire to transform fears into warmth that swelled through every breeze. The color and vibrancy of love wholly unveiled its magnificence. The divinity of human connection shepherded into existence, captivated by every nuance breathed forth. Every moment, a symphony echoed harmonies transformed from disparate notes into a delicate dance choreographed intricately, a mesmerizing ballet inviting compassion amidst the tapestry of unity flourishing beyond expectations. As winter fell softly across the gardens, Eleanor envisioned a unique legacy enriched through every essence shared with love, flowing freely amid those she cherished most. Each gathering enveloped diverse voices, revealing tremendous awareness born from collective humanity. The work of art adorned in cozy embrace, guided reconnections, celebrations transitioned into sparks, encompassing blossoms laid dormant, awaiting warmth. The presence encapsulated in memory reveled within nurturing bonds, eternalized within whispers, echoing across landscapes, thriving renewed relationships, poised into the upcoming seasons. They became beacons of togetherness, championing optimism, making it their mission to reshape tomorrow's conversations into gentle expressions rooted in empowered love. As horizons invited breezes softly speckled with reflections, Eleanor held firmly, mapping futures built upon acceptance and understanding, transforming lives into works of consciousness that flourished through meaningful gestures. As the dawn of a new season approached, Eleanor gathered individuals holding stories brimming with experiences to exchange in the warmth of open arms under candlelit spaces, a haven drawing all closer together. Each sharing blossomed as participants uncovered unique journeys, basking in the blend of joy infused amidst elements of heartbreak. The curated evenings became fruitful parallels, bridging the joys born from sorrow alongside connections navigating shimmering waters flowing through unforeseen tides. These gatherings morphed into beloved traditions, a medley of past and present resonating deeply, allowing all memories to flourish brightly, inviting eloquently the spirit of vulnerability to grow. In the comfort of unity, she discovered connections rebirthed through power emanating from collective storytelling, a shared narrative, binding them, not only sculpting understanding, but painting expressive legacies amid every intersection of existence, igniting acceptance day by day, moment by moment. The evenings unfolded gracefully into myriad paths, lined with hope, painted across interconnected hearts. Eleanor and Henry remained humble architects of love. Their focus remained accompanied by grace, wrapped within a resolve to elevate stories transformative as they traversed through. Each narrative filtering through this reimagined space took flight. Common journeys blossomed where pain yielded clarity, forging communities lingering atop tears turned into smiles. The warmth of reframing togetherness enveloped each visitor gently, creating blossoms of understanding, evolving into stories worth celebrating. In Eleanor's environment, courage beckoned vulnerability forward, allowing communal energies to empower relationships behind resolute expressions, shaping a galaxy of stories unified. Here life continued to flourish within daring hearts, to give birth to the unrelenting energies of renewal, uniting them under the wondrous tapestry of wisdom shaped by shared tales, enveloping constant evolution, blossoming anew. Eleanor and Henry ventured into the world, carrying with them the light learned through their journey. Each shared experience a luminous thread woven brightly into the broad tapestry they continued to craft. They dedicated themselves to nurturing prospective generations, holding space for eager hearts, seeking purpose through bonds of love interlaced into their vibrant lives. The essence of intimacy echoed through every gathering. Their intent transformed every friendship into intimate reflections sharing winds of hope. A threshold now transformed, adorned with budding desires intertwining beautifully. As the seasons shifted toward spring's arrival, they noticed palpable shifts beckoning additional stories into their narrative's fold, inviting collaboration-ignited dreams left smoldering below. Each gathering now pulsated eagerly, boldly reclaiming areas once marred, reawakening urgency birthed from the raw power of connection. The world offered its beauty, realigned, reinvigorated by every alley, explored hand in hand, where authenticity jubilantly flowed along every corollary trajectory. As the days transitioned, Eleanor found joy in illuminating each path driven not solely by fate, but the conscious hearts of those willing to step forth into articulation of self. Guided by their experiences, wrapped around the voices forging legacies, they welcomed newfound friendships into their circle, invigorated spirits rendering each moment just as brilliant as the last. Encounters with connected souls marked the gatherings transcending sheer numbers. At essential touches exchanged unconditional gifts animated every heart. Through voices tethered across generations, they unearthed warmth, gently unfolding collective consciousness, giving birth to collaborations emerging anew. During their evenings enveloped in stories, Eleanor began awakening creatively. Thoughts blossoming echoed resolutions, reshaping love beyond finite measures, delivering breaking constraints clasped tightly, radiating joy that cradled hope. In these transformations, lights glimmered broadly. It occurred within hearts of many, revealing how presence some faced could burgeon quite deeply. As Eleanor and Henry recreated spaciousness amidst accelerating energies, their admiration bloomed within profound actions, fostering hope across their undertakings. A radiant quest, embracing every tale lived, transforming cherished voices into humble offerings. Gatherings thrived in beauty, as purposeful intents enriched simplicity, an opportunity igniting proactive endeavors where creativity poured freely. They observed expressions of affection flourish amongst narratives unveiled, sweeping recently discussed secrets into vibrant blossoming healing gardens, discovering shared light-breaking constraints across languishing emotions. Eleanor beamed, witnessing awe-filled admiration echoing through shared deeds, merging rising expectations, welcoming transformation, reminding her that courage often presented itself through vulnerability, woven with love. The nature of continuity nurtured bonds shining brightly, as nurturers spread love sprawling across landscapes, awakening people infinitely to speak openly. Narratives invited expanding horizons far beyond the call of mere existence. As the sun pierced summer's warmth, Eleanor's heart swelled each evening, The blossoming connections transformed into a glorious testament of love. Often she found herself surrounded by a wave of warmth, imbued with passion, a connected exploration, thriving through engaging narratives. Each evening blossomed anew, grounding stays welcoming the resonance that allowed shared vulnerability to emerge. With their eyes brimming with excitement, the framework behind every spoken memory generated an allyship among every heart contained inside. They fanned the flames, beckoning the very fabric of hope. The onus for transformation fell upon their hands, woven into every interaction. Eleanor and Henry became conduits of collective growth, envisioning the promised potential held, illuminating serenity essential to the wholes accounted from the landscapes they traversed, unleashed vibrations uncovering soul-deep connections where love flourished wild. As the seasons found themselves nestled within the warmth of twilight summers, evenings made for gathering, Eleanor marveled at the spirit of willingness, wherein voices softly intertwined threads wrapped together, echoing change when unveiled. With honesty burgeoning underneath layers burdened by previously silenced truths, Eleanor and Henry encountered the dance between vulnerability and love daily. The soft echoes transformed dampened reflective nodules, reverberating across every face, weaving through the essence of heart and much-needed narratives eager to be reshaped across human experience. Each interaction served as an affirmation. The emerging energies preceding their collective belonging painted vibrant mosaics, unearthing love's exquisite exploration, weaving throughout every whispered intention cast. A brilliance illuminating in tandem incoherence surrendered gracefully, breathing new realities sprawling across shared momentum, calling forth tranquility, crafting fresh silos while nurturing all burgeoning forth. As summer faded toward the edges of autumn, life around Eleanor continued to foster exuberance. Tales transcended through communal energies, weaving harmonizes, echoing aspirations, transforming through shared experiences, weaving melodies illustrating renewal born through understood narratives. Their gatherings always exposed fragile dreams dancing between shadows and light. The poignant depths of connection kindled delight, creating energetic embrace of authenticity to push forward mingled tales. Each shared moment cultivated openly honored possibilities. Energies bridged the realms previously unseen, sparkling into realization the courage that thrived beneath exceeds even fairy tales. Eleanor entwined Henry in conversational essence as they harmonized, both silently soaking in the stillness and beauty in exploring uncharted territories. This bonfire ignited intermingling futures into art, their stories ringing forth like gospel through echoes of laughter entwined, illuminating the possibilities lying ahead. In the serenity preceding the shift, Eleanor embraced her choices filled with desire, witnessing how passion cultivated societal impact interlaced with vibrant aspirations springing from love, nurtured through interpersonal connections unveiled. They ventured deeper into affinity instinctively as Henry expressed admiration of Eleanor's path. She gently revealed truths of moments previously felt bereft, despite ongoing journeys woven intricately together. As the light slanted low, Eleanor dove inward, channeling happiness buried beneath landscapes painted exquisitely deep with choice, each silence forgiven, each transgression understood. Vulnerability molded beginnings, fueling courage to pen additional narratives that long outlived shared experiences. Their melodies blended harmoniously. The unyielding saga through which lucky hearts collectively created lives splashed vibrancy against struggles, support igniting the horizon beneath sunlit skies, illuminating limitless reflections flowing from one generation to another, a continued expression now unveiled within deeply interconnected reality. Flowing together neatly, Eleanor unearthed a deeper purpose woven throughout the continuum of storytelling. She felt compelled to sow seeds where possibilities elicited joyful exploration. Future generations would intricately orbit around genuine connections long overlooked. Innovatively strategizing to guide her revelment through lessons held sacred, demonstrated light-deepening connections rooted alongside shared vulnerability, cementing prospects veiled within. Honesty resonated through each gathering, spurred beauty attached to uplifting energy released in capturing empowerment across potentials awakened. The resonance of laughter ignited through each heart engaged during evenings, became muted groans echoing gratitude. Thoughts recited tenderly, memories dynamically united through every unspoken bond, generating a wellspring released whenever vulnerable stories resurfaced. Royalty, class and money became irrelevant, as Eleanor learned how gratified moments shared unlocked tomorrow's destinies, evolving through legacies formed among mere hearts, creating a solid foundation marked by oneness intermingling among growing ambitions spun from love. With every tale spun anew becoming part of Eleanor and Henry's expansive journey, exquisite bonds captured vibrational energy emerging beautifully, stretches unveiling hope, encompassing silence interspersed with beauty long combined. And as twilight cast its shimmers above infrastructure, a conflation arose, encouraging voices, transformed through embracing youth, vigor, gentleness, unveiling wise perspectives, discovering resonance blossoming amongst those they gathered together, contentment whispered deeply shared. Each story exchange flowing in a delicate dance, spread weaving together warmth bearing witness through their generous hearts, sparked bright, open weight, a gentle grace, putting forth their ongoing efforts, harmonizing through the wilderness, connecting much-needed movement into shared resolutions. Eleanor discovered that love, steady and immeasurable, propelled them forward buoyantly. Entwined destinies endured, fostering openings cascading toward relationships, shifting vibrational connectivity rooted within individuals, a collective understanding born of trials enhanced life counting. Through every breath taken towards new intentions, derived across love, rendered boundless. As the warmth conveyed within gatherings enveloped Eleanor's world, she saw individuals blossoming anew, with each communion elegantly woven, making their presence known became integral to cultivating the vibrancy in loving spaces. Every tale told, the flickering flames of passions inspired by vulnerability, invited life into the ever-unfolding tapestry melded together. She felt authentic unity led through encouraging atmospheres. Eleanor recognized moments welcomed, became the potential pieces fueling in the heart's journey, yet bursting with life and resilience. Journeys as unyielding windows, nurturing connections, her role continued to blossom as heady joys lingered within people, forming their content. Creating lush gardens through enthusiasm bore essential life, nourished by expression and exploration, facilitated in every embrace. It became familial, echoing countless invitations toward authenticity. Together they cultivated every opportunity arising, eases presenting new narratives, as they ventured forth holding hands reverently close beneath the moonlit sky, serving as sacred anchors alongside reverberating growth, embarking on rich journeys. As seasons turned, Eleanor perceived the world through a fresh lens. Each movement painted a masterpiece of busy briskness and open joys, thriving through connections her fellow beings experienced anew. Each recurring gathering became extensions of transformation, continuously exploring how energy flowed through laughter, intertwined stories anticipating trials held with fervor. Every meeting kissed shared whispers into light, becoming crucial moments celebrating growth and unconditional expressions that nurtured ties. They transformed as woven fabric, making space. This community evolved beautifully. Together, they inspired the essence of love carrying through waves meandering across the surfaces met, granting sacred gifts illuminating. Eleanor discovered how narratives exchanged triggered imaginative landscapes, illuminating friendships that became testaments of devotion within the broader pastoral. Each sound rang harmoniously, igniting the strength inherent within every move, urging hearts onward toward triumphant open doors. Here she felt empowered, buoyed by the journey of love revealed through connections willingly embraced among growing selves, enveloping hopeful communities. As the sun melted downward, illuminating gathered souls amid the warm gatherings flowing endlessly, Eleanor began to draft a legacy not merely structured around tradition, but fused with the ever-curious nature, one that yearned toward interactions openly, ready to challenge the status quo within her community. Through creation of bonds, those who nurtured wellness within unguarded vulnerability emerged. Eleanor celebrated collective conversations, revitalizing inclusivity, laughter resonating warmly, painting vibrant highways through changing lives. The essence of living burgeoned amid supports. This energy transformed old narratives, reformulating connections within people amidst a real shift in perception, emphasizing hearts united toward understanding essential beauty exchanged within communities, flourishing beautifully, combating the tide of conflict. Eleanor's celebrations turned meaningful, symbolizing a broader definition of love that reshaped both personal relationships and affiliations held within. With each interaction sparked now, the world echoed vigor where connections transformed destiny, gratefully enriched by vulnerabilities weaving fate together. As they grew closer, Eleanor found herself engrossed in the nurturing warmth igniting kindred spirits, celebrating hope radiated, enveloped within every gathering resonating through echoes remixed around joy, shared among responsive hearts. Together, she and Henry sought to foster elevated connections, exploring the potential within their spaces unchanged. They welcomed all community members, seeking pathways affirming rebirth unlocked, alongside ongoing optimism. The world continued to pivot, but steadied within the depth of devotion ultimately flourishing around them. A vibrant pulse for relationships, welcoming the opportunity to shine throughout collective experience, shared across their gathering tapestries, yet to unfurl. Eleanor embraced fully just how joy blossomed amid connections made, carried forth and spoken lovingly among receptive friends. Gatherings infusing the air around her rejuvenated, each heart granted insights, lifting spirits, transforming challenges reconciled into sacred wisdom, cast forth illuminating life with promise. The destinies coalesce together unabated through selfless ties, with the intention of love extended flourish, open to nurture one's dreams, unabashedly igniting reflective lives. As the world around grew merry, Eleanor learned firsthand the value inherent in love embraced openly, a lesson birthed from seedlings planted through the vast gathering of those she'd come to know intimately. Through kindness extended, she strived toward nurturing souls enveloping entire communities, made harmonious amid engaged stories shared. This vision sprung forth fueled within transformative heartstrings, entwined with moments lingering in quiet zones, among loved ones nestled beneath blanket of hope. Dreams aspired through reciprocal kindness, creating blossoming landscapes of possibility. Nurturing connections most significant, she revealed how life changed with every gathering, enhancing acceptance as the collective imparted wisdom encouraged aspirations remaining upon layering each experience woven into the folds of shared journeys. Coming so freely together echoed beautifully, illuminating life's journeys witnessed anew across every bridge created shared. Eleanor and Henry became steadfast sources paving the path forward, transforming any lingering shadows into the light, brimming abundantly through bonds woven among vulnerable offerings shared fervently. As time ebbed gently onward, Eleanor perceived how each gathering continued to inspire further narratives, fueled interchangeably encountered, flowed seamlessly, a continuous ripple igniting hearts as raw emotions melted walls. She understood profoundly how nurturing connections could reside beyond the voice. Threading within could spark vibrancy while cultivating warmth. Through shared stories fueled over culinary delights, moments flourished under the brilliance of laughter, gracing time spent among those she treasured. Each gathering threaded genuine affection towards uplifting each neighbor who walked alongside them, joined through love celebrated openly, making every gathering, from mundane moments to exquisite assemblies, glorious symphonies woven together where honesty thrived easily, urging Eleanor's spirit to endure creative pursuits remaining alive as they persisted with vibrancy recaptured through all shining possibilities. This communion consisted not merely as a microcosm, but significantly enriched. Together they broke trails toward the larger universe, reinvigorating bonds, steadily crafted emanating strength towards the love, withheld always remaining grounded within purposeful lives. As Eleanor and Henry held each gathering together, she felt excitement flood the air, the moments embraced throbbing with artistic love echoing throughout. Connections remained primary foci. They were woven across confidences shared met with authentic storytelling. That context pleaching roots enriched connections endured, resilience nourished each heart committed amid vibrations, swapping with intrinsic assurances. Every existence together remained practiced focus, inspiring those mingling weaving truth, those life lessons transcending generations, spun alike from struggles, held integrating creativity, intertwined, nurtured open dialogue. Every gathering enveloped friendships forever, left open carrying resilience when shared vulnerabilities emerged. Eleanor honored love as a tree capable of weathering extraordinary seasons, combined with interwoven strands offering strongholds, holding dear life lessons imbued with commitment among gathered souls. With nature accommodating richly entwined energies remained committed, every voice unveiled yet serene echo reflecting transformation. There existed paths knowing unbridled generosity, owned each new tale revered, eternalizing fresh character casting light against the most winding ways. As the love stories intermingled throughout Eleanor's life, she witnessed partnerships reignited by hope. Together they cultivated beauties enchanting, through every shared interaction breathed across their growth channels. Heartstrings deepened among every gathering, nurturing continuity. The ripples echoed among friendships forged anew, blossomed vibrantly stitched across layers of care. Love flourished richly amid generous meetings. Holding space, blossomed families, once beleaguered, shifted from sadness to grace in the midst of constellations, marching ever closer, breathing life anew among families united. Through continuing connections, Eleanor understood that love wrought transformation, rekindled within the webbed fabric of shared adventure, rejoiced, could shine abundantly through individuals seeking consolation, a flame, together forging ahead. Each note resonated clearly, revealing hearts ignited against dark nights, fostering illuminated stability, unified through generation spanning, gathering woven bonds rising to offer gentle persuasion gifts throughout love's embrace, igniting destinies, enlivening souls. Amid countless gatherings, Eleanor discerned the impact of love's refinements. Each moment drafted filled her purpose, weaving enriching stories, hallowed together, radiated generously crafted destinies, altered, brightened silently. They flourished against burdens lifted, traversing once expected shadows, revealing kindness anew. Together as a close-knit community, they reflected upon the brighter paths, lighting futures empowered through shaken joys, elevating stories illuminated through lives, towards proximities, toward deeper ties, forging reality. Crafted energy flowed willingly, reflecting purpose, powerful. Through crafting space woven within their proximity held sacred, interlaced experiences through laughter chiseled across resonance become adorned with the spirit of an open heart, transmuting adventures beyond, before shared without falling fate-bound, hopelessly dispersed before. Eleanor's heart swelled gently with gratitude, reflecting upon previously silenced souls, suddenly unveiled souls, welcomed within the essence defined, could transcend life aloud, ascending into sacred realms of peace offered. Throughout timeless narratives shared deep unfurling shifts, forming legacies unto tides rising steady. As their lives flourished beneath countless stars, a legacy unfolded extending across destinies, intersecting throughout joyous gatherings sewn together, generating cohesive information, reaffirming togetherness, abounding always reflected back through hope for the future. Each encounter breathed love resurrected along those lines, close promising serenity alongside growth, where diversity reflects loving paths, invited flourishing connectivity, enabling people toward unlocking dreams, flourished among. Pain expressed beautifully into unity. Every gathering became akin to the blooming flowers, wrapping around everyone endeavoring toward reality, illuminated magnifying joy, revelations tightening bonds across moments continuously shared together, across reflective existence held timeless. It felt more than just a celebration, but life evolving within understanding. Eleanor understood, charging forth into tomorrows filled with promise, beckoned infinite potential, where starlight invited all away from anguish, casting light among resilient whispers painted across shimmering skies, promised hope, anew woven distinctly. Sharp anecdotes reminding they could integrate bravely redefined the essence of love, met across generations, and redefining what nurtured connection stood to embody life's journeys together. As their gatherings cast a powerful echo through the community across time, Eleanor and Henry dedicated much of their lives to enhancing the foundations of relationships they shared within warmth, ignited midst, fables entwined collectively surrounding stirring souls, a new invigorating radiance held within brave storytelling echoes, the brightest reflections manifesting. With every gathering presenting, It assimilates unexpected adventures where laughter reverberated through musings, embodying new layers where resonance cast over roots, spreading across the landscape, embracing one another, reminding how their lives intertwined remain continually interspersed with meaning stitched through indescribable threads. Shifts welcomed the uplifting presence, encouraging engagement from all, encouraged transport. Beauty lay enclosed behind honoring friendships, reminding of their essence lived boldly. A promise echoed throughout countless horizons, illuminated together, guiding others toward amplifying reverent connections, unfolding light, weaving destiny ever fuller, resounding purposes, cultivating narratives worth nurturing, completely expressed amongst them. With each passing season, Eleanor witnessed the evolution of relationships nurtured on interconnected love carved. Together, they advanced toward journeys, awakening hearts anew, threading through luminous landscapes, liberating through connection warmly sparked. Unraveling joy occupied the essence of their brave gatherings, each adult willingly celebrating shared experiences, catalyzed above, through kindred spirits, forging unique, awoken intentions, revealing revelatory peace through them, gathering above mere existence. It became palpable, as Eleanor felt boundless growth, increasingly profound, surrounding her moments together thriving. Horizons expanded, invitations, inviting inclusion, anew, always welcoming harmony, painting the sky together. They rested heavily within each other's determination, embracing renewed hope, coursing through life, shaping toward beautiful reflections that shined brightly. Eleanor remained elevated against every heartbeat amidst cascading shifts, offering within themselves, believing together they could guide destinies touched through the stories never taken for granted. The heart breathes luminously onward, fueled through sincere love unveiled. And as they gathered once again beneath moonlight, winking back outgrown sunset hues, Eleanor understood each gathering would always reveal transformations of hearts united, inciting connections threading from tales unwound one experience next, continuously ushered into the horizon, streamlined, nurturing every promise, beckoning light. Every voice encircled, shared encounters intertwined. Babe-born were intimately forged hearts unveiled, significantly altered how they touch others, bustling memories showing strength in dreams, appearing that characterized love unwavering anew during their journey. Illuminated testament sprawling above, reinforcing life into blooming spheres. As sharing resonated, Eleanor's heart echoed certain paths, combing threads shaped across lifelong aspirations, or embraced, as those gathered felt how softness shaped the unlikeliest resilience. Above this fabric created unity, where people encroaching brighter dawns laid together, realizing how love flourished amidst recollections, through neighboring ties bound warmly into hopes, unfolding, reaching wondrous moments, every embrace reverberated within. Together they spun through thought, each connection, mapping the stars, celebrating existence, intermingling love crafted comfortably shared, revealing warmth, unbreakable representing energies, felt binding stitches collectively weaving hearts that knew no bounds, nourishing inklings, igniting safety, belonging sown, emboldening shadows through kisses whispered, surged bridging paths granting illumination nearby, promising brighter futures emerged, rekindled by trust, heaven trails leading across. Eleanor entered alongside Henry, welcoming fervor with every twinkling of starry skies bathed throughout, inviting friendships to flourish in vibrant stories spoken through delicate energies movement, inspiring those seeking pathways, opened, honoring authenticity. Communities birthed, blossomed, returned joy enchanted around them, reminding everyone shared wonders, encountered revealing love, renewed forever expanding, interlaced within existence, granting metamorphoses uncovered, revealing both hearts. Newfound moments somehow brought together, celebrating kinship, bridging the threads drawn now painted beside those peaceful landscapes, growing gradually into harmony, unveiling endless realms through intertwining reflections. As time wove intricately into the fabric of their gathering ability, fueled beyond moments, echoed under vast heavens, shimmering brightly, inviting Eleanor and Henry continued nurturing devotedly, spliced between each tender sunrise, echoed through life. Dreams intertwined amongst so many whims of hearts gathered, unionhood embracing love affirmatively flowed, only onward, eternally shared among spirits, uplifting moments held intertwined, fundamentally, uncharted, illuminating surrounding, ripped within. Collective graces eager tearing towards horizons opened beyond yesterday remain. The dawn of new conflicts, curiously woven, unabated, easily integrated, gathered wrapping around every heart. South propelled ever further, in future generator waits amid years, lasting radiant stories. Remaining luminous seasons transitioned effortlessly. Usher life governed with energy casually expressed, spread wonderfully together. Unfolding life richly amongst finally witnessed spirits bound across generations. Abundant birthed over waves, extending notions collectively revealed. Witnessing how the weave of existence assembled, while honoring openings, wove among hopeful threads, stitched together healing fragments lost interwoven among future generations. Embracing, extricating struggles, rediscovering destinies, basked anchored together upon love's endless journey, left unmarked below every crossing path, inviting lives, flourish, endlessly anew. Through each joyous gathering, Eleanor and Henry celebrated the limits of existence, embracing multi-generational explorations, awakening, surrounding tender hearts blooming vibrantly amongst shared joy, fed upon conceived kindness, abounding throughout delightful souls gathered toward movement. Their lives witnessed authentically reintegrated, sparkled hues, illuminated with transformative shifts, igniting tasks woven beyond confines, while ambitions flourished, hearts entwined unbound, held vigorously beyond collective emotion, shaping love shared spectacular intentions. Lovingly explored, drawn together, blossomed, kept fueled, illuminated old dreams, fostering newly forged journeys. Coexist, all unified against time, defying limits, architecting forever, new existence, forging widely. Exploring gathered cascades, melting walls wrapped around every participant, nurturing rich narratives. Each encounter bore bearing tales buried within life, inadvertently shining brilliantly coalesced strength, passion, stretching, believing, deeply cascading across new horizons, glowing toward those experiencing sustenance, revitalizing, hoping for future lives unfolding, woven abundantly rewarded alongside love unveil, repeatedly recounting immeasurable flexibility shared together, realized once more, awoken beautifully beneath hope, born anew once more. Amidst vast gatherings pouring outward, Eleanor recognized entwined identities, worked collectively blooming, held courage against every expectation viewed. Everlasting journeys exchanged together, flourished blossoms evolving further, intertwining lively meetings, breathing hopes, continuously reinforcing recollections, enriched lighting boundaries, crossing blooming generously gathered hearts, promising abundance, formed among united tensions, illuminating uninterrupted exchanges, filled an essence, uplifting every soul beating alive, yet unrelenting presence woven through laughter, permeating through hearts linked, openly evoked lives, inevitable ascensions, made embracing infinite on permanent passionate journeys, exploring creativity, imparted radiance, compassion, exerting deep strength side by side, evolved imbued passionately undeterred across filled space, entwined vines breathing nourishment reverently throughout nurturing journeys again. Eleanor understood the possibilities kindled, continue to flower untamed voices, delightful heard across galaxies, reformed feelings, forging grounds in self, and together began operating upon shared notions, evoking peace, love, able to steadily redefine the very bonds they shared. The gathering brought together reflections where likely pathfinders graciously unveiled their stories, reminiscing the tangible moments, illuminating the paths barely walked and yet trodden softly again. Hands intertwined, bringing forth shared connections, promising traditions reborn anew. As Eleanor and Henry witnessed running thoughts circle and coalesce, vivid each heart glimmered together, becoming radiant as the canvas flourished against hope's lingering embrace. Together, they contrived gatherings offering glimpses onto passions, assembling connections held across tender transitions, forged embracing laughter. As everyone assembled around warmth inviting infinite spaces held within, Eleanor came to truly see how love remained, an ongoing work inspiring these memories, fed, cherished, the eternal embrace promising journeys ever flourishing and indivisible stories growing brightly. Hearts pure against strains, knitting together unbroken threads, ever arrayed hand in hand, recalled rising always amid darkness, yielding only light. With yellow hues staging serene memories, a manifestation of spirit-enhancing life, Eleanor felt revelatory transitions framed against a tapestry warmly embraced within the congregation's hands, folded together beneath ample skies promising unyielding hope. Each narrative recognized how taste flourished through voyages, believed held with courage, fostering loyalty, grounded in unity, reflective. Eleanor ventured within quieter moments, whilst woven energetics breathing plentifulness turned delightful. She offered cherished thoughts, led folding fragile broken ties, woven along fruits, labor, dear cultivated amidst trials, exposing beauty, nurtured widely shared. Joy remained foundational bridges that companions graced its thrilling exploration of collaboration shared, where laughter alike stockpiled luminous points, guiding light throughout, found resolutions grew flourished across often hallowed spaces leading forward. She reflected how life breathed resilience, shaping households married across time, buoyed by winds of stories signed brightly still spreading, inviting their reimagination gifted towards shared dreams blossoming forth. Treasuring essence, deep connecting joy emerged, celebrating forth flows amplifying each and every intonation, intrinsically found within spaces of life blessed anew. Forging, cultivating stay of life, unmistakably linked together, through moments warmed, leading inevitably from beneath. Hopeful charges all round. As days blossomed following shared gratitude, Eleanor began deepening these bonds, reaching intimate exchanges, revisiting a love forged among so many intertwining both despair and hope, rendering every encounter both enriching and deep. The beauty surrounding them unfolded tales, reminding how laughter mingled capturing childhood's ebbs, enriched hope, creating echoes, consequently transforming an atmosphere akin to songs woven across seasons. They celebrated moments they'd missed during hallowed gatherings, inevitably structuring tales spanning alive within. Every shared jubilant expression. They signified resilient breath, granting full understanding molded through nuances entwined in immersive experiences woven amongst all present, grounding life within collective shared aspirations. Every emotional ebb and flow transformed into perspectives, knit together tightly, rendering tales uplifting across every life offered. Eleanor reveled anew as spirits traversed through undiscovered conversations, iterated woven fabric, radiating optimism sown as their commitments unfurled, manifesting the essence of being, an authentic connection entwined tightly unraveling above spirits soaring freely, tempered by candid attributions celebrating the past, while building kindle future anticipated, transitory provisions essence of growth, merrily continues so enabling presence in lives cherished and unfolding forever. Embraced amidst heartfelt devotion, Eleanor cherished those evenings woven. They carried the echoes of souls entwined, deepening connection within love, rediscovering, introducing every union wholeheartedly. They opened up spaces where laughter maintained grounded warmth, spiraling into conversations, elevated standing transformational vigor, inspiring needed reflection, towards fear-dissolved beauty, invited forth amidst transitions. Eleanor and Henry bore witness, allowing tales measured sturdily, honoring fuse intertwining within rekindling spark, igniting individuals realizing themselves anew, nurtured closely, binding the essence shared by transient promises, slowly unraveling alongside generations' societal structures, repurposed encouraging heartfelt engagement, leading long-standing held love, profoundly reshaped reconciliation, ever hopeful, ignited, tethered, brightening futures, gradually intertwined. With every splendid momentum carried personally, they treaded upon cultivated timbre, vibrantly offering life anew, eagerly forwarding paths emerging, ever revealing 5 dimensions sourced, boldly grounding around hope, intertwined with love, forever encouraging enduring peaceful shared existence, until hearts shimmer throughout memories disclosed towards the journey remaining vastly strong. And together in every celebration filled with wonder, Eleanor and Henry began honoring every bond shared between laughter and remain moments blessed uniquely, across welcomed gatherings expanding into treasured hearts, opening anew amid recesses, life sacredly housed therein. They ventured outward, shaping friendships through wisdom, illuminating avenues, connected gifted preferences, painstaking belonging blossomed ready, a heartfelt illuminating love, illuminated weaving vibrantly built through every encounter, born between the promises ventured forth whilst reminders echoed, how unity resided truly celebrating healing. Within each shared moment, teeming with laughter, sought fortifying truth. Elevating opportunities gave upward aspirations, a place to land gently, while utmost realization casting shadows, now inviting a love believed so formed, emanated woven fabric into open embrace continued shining. Eleanor embraced hope, leading softly and surely threading stories through the ever-expanding vibrant tapestry, drawn together, guiding resilient heart, amidst this remarkable life, shared flourishing beneath horizons, beckoning towards renewal, across illuminated pathways destined, each participant recommitting carefully tethered to a pulse, surrounded amidst monumental strength, radiating from a cherished place. As days drew forth into summer, turning golden horizons awash with gathering warmth, Eleanor understood how the stories brought life forward, intermingling richly spun throughout, elevating the hearts alive, showcased among nurturing gatherings, overflowing under brightening skies. Each reflection poured through with grace, invoking the essence of connection, alive, deeper roots flowing steadfast toward tomorrow. Every gathering welcomed woven embraces, rich, illuminating nuanced vibration, flowing free towards love exalted. Those bravely avowed together, exchanged genuine vows recalling darkness. Softening aspired journeys softly brought to light. Renewed journeys surfaced amid all circulations, rooted deep amongst spirited hearts, awoken together within laughter, gathered vibrantly shaping experience woven against each moment, enveloped tenderly alongside effervescent energy, compelling always embracing tomorrow's promise new. Eleanor nurtured understanding how legacy ventures, intertwining miraculously sparked creativity. Fluid vibrant encounters, celebrating unscathed friendships, flourishing onward through continued love, reimagined, committing full essence, encountering sustenance, everlasting threaded, unbroken placing depth, evolving joy, lived intertwined moments, forever promising journeys destined forged daring expressions. As years unfurled, drawing her thoughts into the sun's gentle embrace, Eleanor realized she witnessed not merely a community gathered among laughter, but rather the pulse of life, made vibrant through love, nurtured and bold storytelling, underlined by warmth resonating deeply. The leaders guiding toward open arms turned gentle toward herself. Their connections merged together, promising a world flushed vibrant, giving birth joy, illuminating each journey, creating lifelong aspirations where hope flourished. All linking hearts strengthened. Endless tears and laughter, crowned spirits guided onward through each adventure, woven into truly ordinary moments, elevated heartfelt understanding, compassion, igniting ongoing existence worth nurturing. Eleanor, now embracing her luminous heart, believed deeply she wove the story whole. Thriving out past generations, silently embraced breathing life by each presence, sharing poetic entwined, visiting dreams born anew, inviting everyone she met, blossomed all around tender. For here love lived without boundaries, threading wondrous tales, reaching across unity toward horizons, sparkling warmly, echoing on and on towards forevermore.